Samsung's Galaxy S26 lineup has finally surfaced, and the first impression is disappointing. Instead of setting trends like they used to, Samsung looks like it's borrowing directly from Apple's iPhone 17 Pro. It's embarrassing. For years, Samsung fans prided themselves on owning devices that stood apart from Apple's design language. Now at a glance, you'd struggle to tell the two apart, and that raises the uncomfortable question. Has Samsung stopped leading and started following? The S26 Ultra is the only model that somewhat redeems this launch. Early leaks promised a rounder body with a revised camera layout, and that's what we're getting. Fortunately, it avoids looking like a carbon copy of the iPhone, and instead feels like a softened version of the S25 Plus. The consistent rounded corners across the entire lineup do bring some uniformity, and the Ultra's new camera arrangement at least looks neat. There's also a surprisingly smart feature: Qi2 magnetic wireless charging built directly into the phone, all while keeping S Pen functionality intact. Considering magnetic fields usually interfere with stylus input, that's an impressive bit of engineering. Still, let's not forget, Apple pioneered this magnetic charging approach, Google quickly adopted it, and now Samsung is playing catch-up. It's useful, yes, but it's not Samsung leading the way. Camera upgrades don't exactly scream innovation either. The 3x telephoto gets a hardware improvement, and the main and periscope lenses benefit from better apertures for low-light photography. Useful, sure, but hardly groundbreaking for a device that's supposed to be the crown jewel of Android. This safe approach makes the Ultra feel more like an incremental refresh rather than a bold statement. The S26 Pro, meanwhile, is even more underwhelming. The name change from Plus to Pro raised expectations of a step closer to the Ultra, but Samsung clearly had no intention of delivering on that. It's still limited to the same 3-camera setup as before. Unless the main sensor jumps to 200 megapixels, this rebranding feels like pure marketing spin with nothing meaningful behind it. But the real disaster is the S26 Edge. The S25 Edge had one of Samsung's most refined and stylish camera layouts, but instead of building on that, Samsung ditched it for one of the ugliest camera designs in years, the same awkward cluster from Apple's iPhone 17 Pro. To make it worse, Apple didn't even originate this design. They copied it from Chinese brands like Poco, where it already looked tacky. So what did Samsung do? They copied Apple, copying Poco. The result is a design that looks cheap, lazy, and desperate, stripping away the uniqueness the Edge once had. This is the core problem. Samsung is losing its identity. The company once balanced innovation with refinement, often forcing Apple to respond to its bold ideas. Now they're reacting instead of leading. The Galaxy S26 Ultra might manage to satisfy with subtle improvements, but the Pro is hollow rebranding, and the Edge is a complete embarrassment. If Samsung keeps chasing Apple this closely, the brand risks losing the one thing that made it special: originality. Fans expected leadership, not imitation, and the S26 lineup proves Samsung might be running out of ideas.